So what's up, everybody? It's me. Eh, a little better. True Star Screamer. And we are here with our special Halloween edition of a G.I. Joe Classified Series figure review. Yeah, this may or may not be that new D.I.R.E I was telling you guys about. And it's kind of cool. I can actually put the wall from the old D.I.R.E on the side here. Totally. That's actually not intended. And I love that I don't have glare. But anyway, we're here to talk about this Viper here. This is the Walmart exclusive Ghost Viper and D.I.R.E Dread-Inducing Responsive Energy Beast. And this was... Actually, you can still get this guy. I have to double check. But he was not hard to... There was no drama on getting him. I actually did get two. And this is basically supposed to be your complimentary soldier for Crystal Ball. And he looks badass. Art on the back looks absolutely, well, beastly. And, yeah, we get a whole lot of accessories for this, which we'd better because this guy was not the cheapest. It actually kind of threw me off on the pricing, and I almost didn't buy him. But enough about all that. Let's get this guy open, and let's see what this guy brings. I love and hate this figure right now. I absolutely love and hate this figure. There is so much going on, and you get so much. Again, I was complaining about the price when I bought him, and I still am complaining about the price. I do not feel this guy was worth, what, the 60 bucks he is? $55? Anyway, I do not believe that. But they definitely make sure to pack you in with a ton, and I mean a ton of stuff. They were going for something special here, and they delivered us something special. We're not going to talk about these guys for a second. We're going to talk about the main Viper himself, and this is a Viper. This is a very, very cool use of the body. This repaint is really neat. He's got some interesting accessories put to him. This is a reuse of the barbecue flamethrower, but they gave him something very cool for this. A lot of these weapons are reuse. Weapons are not that are solid, which is very, very nice. Painting, really well done. We got all the buckles taken care of here. I can't tell if there's shading or there's like a little bit of wash on here, because I can make out the texturing really well. If it is, it's a very light wash, and it's really nice. Joints are tight, but not feeling like they're going to break, which is, again, a wonderful thing. This is the type of figure that feels like a direct answer to Action Force on a lot of ways, as in being a, frankly, near perfect troop builder. And again, that is not taking away anything from either party. As I love hearing when you have competition between two people vying for your attention, yeah, the consumer wins. And this right here, as far as product goes, is a solid win for us. Again, I try to be very honest on my thoughts for these guys for you. And this is one of those figures, again, it's hand candy. As far as just fits in. He does have the occult badge here on the side, and he does have a Cobra symbol on his other shoulder. If he didn't have the Cobra symbol, which I'm sure you could probably remove with acetone, it would be a great generic troop. It kind of reminds me of these new Acid Rain figures that are coming out that, yes, I do have pre-order. I've got this with one of the guns because, well, let's just start talking accessories. We got to talk about the animals first. The Cobra is a slug, so it's a single piece of molded plastic. It's flexible. I like it a lot better than the one that came with the Once a Man, because it looks good anywhere you put it. Not expecting much from it, and it doesn't do much for it, but it's got the translucent green plastic. It's got red eyes, and it's got a nice gradient to it. But the wolf, the dire wolf here, I mean, this is basically timber, so we know what to expect with it. And again, the green translucent plastic works really well with it, and it keeps the whole vibe of the figure, which is the important part, I think. We have an alternate head. Also, we have the loose goggles, which still does not make any sense for me. You're wearing a full helmet. Why do you need the goggles? It's not exactly protecting your eyes from anything, aside from just looking cool. I love this helmet. This is a great repaint of the Viper helmet, and that skull looks absolutely beastly on it. And once again, you put that on there. I bought 2 of these. I don't want to get a third, but I kind of do now because, you know, one of these guys gets to be the commander, and it works really well for this. This rifle, by the way, does have a peg here to go into his backpack, and you also get a second sniper. You also get a second rifle, a sniper rifle, which of course pegs in there as well. So again, I could have this guy, you know, take away the supernatural, and this guy is just a death squad, you know, walking death squad, you know, made for long range combat, made for short range combat. A perfect, you know, take away the spookiness to it all, and you just got yourself an elite trooper, which is badass. But then we got the spookiness to play with. I almost forgot, he does have a pistol as well in his accessory count. It's just your basic slug pistol. It fits down here in the holster. It does have a hole for an effect part, nothing too special. That's probably one thing, if I am going to complain about this, is all the weapons have no paint on them. I probably would have liked a little bit of something with it, just to give it some panache, I guess. But, again, we're going to talk about these, but they're using the Techno Viper gauntlets, and they do something really neat with these. Again, we've got the barbecue flamethrower on here, and that's when we start having fun with some of the effects. For the mentioned the Techno Viper gauntlets, we actually get these little flames that make it look like, you know, you've got the supernatural force coming out of it. That can go on both gauntlets, and then instead of the fire effect, we get this. Cool. I hope to see this in something else. Even over in the Marvel team, you know, Marvel Legends has been using some of the effect parts from Classified. Look at that Sentinel that's coming out. But this looks absolutely awesome. So now he's shooting some kind of ectoplasmic effect here, or maybe this is just gas coming out of his gauntlets that's producing a hallucinogenic effect that makes you think that something spooky is happening. And then things get spookier. That's right. Because then we get these alternate heads. I went ahead and I put the second flame effect on him, and we first start off with the snake head on here. You stay. Well, I'll stay here. I don't know, I might lose the third wall here, just because it's getting in my... I don't want to be hitting it off side. So if it changes in the next scene, you know what happened. But I digress. This just pegs right on here. I have no idea how they're going to be reusing this effect, or reusing this head. But I think it kind of makes sense that you do it with this, with the plasma blaster, or whatever this gasser is. You know, it's shooting some kind of snake venom from his gun, and... This is annoying. I will say the hose kind of pulls as you move it. I just knocked the flame out of it. So it kind of works. The weapon kind of works, but the snakehead looks great, I have to say. This is, again, keeps that, have those together. So, again, if you're troop building, you have those guys paired together. And then with the wolf, yeah, I went ahead and took out that third wall. It was a cool look, but I want to be able to maneuver around. Anyway, I went ahead and also took and switched out the alternate head for the wolf, which looks absolutely badass. And if you notice, I stripped this guy down, not only of the backpack, but the gauntlets, the hands, the gauntlets, and his head. Because we then get a werewolf head. And this is the coolest thing, werewolf claws. So you do need to pull the gauntlets off. And these, you can see here, are actually, looks like are they ball sockets in here? It's hard to say. But these just slide right in like your regular hands. And we get a pair of them. And yeah, he's a freaking werewolf. Now the hands are asymmetric. This looks almost like a trigger hand, except he doesn't have a gun that fits in there. But I love the slashing hand. I actually wouldn't have minded if we had 2 slashing hands. And then the wolf does not have a working jaw. I really wish he could look up on here, because I can't get him into a true feral pose. But the effect is there. We have a werewolf trooper for Cobra to have, which, don't know why they need werewolves, but we have them. I don't know if I mentioned the butterfly joint is possibly the best butterfly joint I have seen on a classified figure. I didn't have to do any kind of modification, and especially with this slashing hand, you know, we can really have some dynamics to it all. Not much ab crunch because of the vest, but that's how Vipers are in general. But yeah, this is this is so neat. This is fun. This is just flat out fun. Is it serious? No. You want a serious figure? Don't buy this guy. But this guy is fun. And the big thing for me is toys should be fun. They're toys, okay? This is not, you know, some hardcore hobby that what we're doing is going to have effects on the world economy. We're freaking playing with kids' toys. And this is fun. It's, like I said, it is so versatile. You can go spooky, you can go serious, you can go supernatural, you can make your own continuity. Is he actually channeling dark forces? Is he doing hallucinogenic gases? Is, you know, it's your play area. Play how you want to. You get so many neat effects here that you can mix and match with other figures, which is a very cool thing. I really like the fact that the claw here has a ball and peg system here, so it doesn't have a specific hinge. I like that a lot. You know, you could take apart the wolf and paint it as you want if you don't want a spectral wolf. It's got the really awesome Joe articulation, and same with the snake. You can paint that bad boy, and he looks good in the background. This is the kind of look I like for it. You know, he looks like he's going to be some vicious trooper who's going to rush up, do melee damage, he's going to do long distance damage, he could do it all. And that's really cool. You get, with the helmets on here, you could make them into 2 individual figures. Again, you could have 2 of them being side troopers and one being, or sub troopers, and one being a commander. Run the squad as you want. I had picked up 2 because I was going to have them flank Crystal Ball, and like I said, now I kind of want a 3rd just so I can make that exact squad I was talking about. Except for the fact that it's so damn expensive. Again, I understand inflation, I understand tariffs, we're not going to talk about that shit. Maybe this guy should have been a $50 figure as opposed to a $45 figure. But still, did I pay $50? I can't even remember what I paid for him. I'll look it up. Still, I'm happy I have him. There is no regret of spending money. And that's the big thing. So if you see this guy in Walmart and you want something fun, I do suggest picking him up. But let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think I'm being too easy? Am I being too lenient? Am I sounding like I'm too Hasbro-y for you? That's what the comment section's for. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. I got LPZZ Batman here. I got Mezco Red Hood here. I don't know if I'm going to photograph Red Hood or do a full review. You tell me. But also, let me know what you think of the new Dio. You know, I'm actually really proud of it. But, as always, until next time, take care. Peace.